Hey, what up though?
Detroit is out cold.
Take 313. We here now.
What up,
What
though?
up, though? Hey, this is Uncle James. I want to welcome everybody to the first episode of What Up, Though Sports. Kicking it with my man X.
What
What's
up?
happening, X?
Nothing much, man. Ready to get into it this afternoon. Ready to get into it.
You already know how we do. What Up, Though Sports is located in Detroit, Michigan. So we just want to bring y'all into our world right now. We're kicking it about sports. What Up, Though Sports. Hey X, tell me something, man. What you think about Stafford being traded from the Lions?
I mean, honestly, man, I think it's a win-win for both sides. Stafford was tired of being in Detroit. Honestly, a lot of stuff that was going on with him, with his wife on the internet, all that. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to leave. On top of that, we got a couple early draft picks, which hopefully we can use them right. You know what I mean? But and then for Los Angeles, like I feel like Stafford could turn them to a contender. They got a solid defense. He got a decent receiving core. He can toss the ball around too. You know what I mean? And I feel like he can make some impact over there. So I feel like it's a win-win for both teams just because of the situation Stafford was in already in Detroit. What about you?
Okay, I kind of agree with that. It's definitely a win-win for both. I was one of the few people that I knew of that was I've been on. Let's trade Stafford.
Yeah,
Again, Stafford's, in my opinion, he's a top 10 quarterback, but we weren't winning with him.
yeah,
So we kept starting it all over again every year. Nothing consistent. He put up numbers, but we're not winning. If we're not gonna win, let's go ahead and do a rebuild, a real rebuild, not a play rebuild.
yeah.
So I
You gotta
figured we
think
were gonna be able to get a lot of picks for him, and I think we did well with the trade.
yeah. I like the picks for sure. The only thing I'm thinking is though, as far as what you talked about with us not winning, we didn't have a complete team for us to win with. You know what I mean? Like we could have had Brady back there in the pocket, but if that line not protecting him, you know what I mean? How much can we really get done? So I think a lot of the losses was put on Stafford's back. And he did have some questionable moments, but he had some moments too where he kept us alive when we really shouldn't have been. You know what I mean? Just making tough plays. You know what I'm saying? So I think he gets a little bit too. He does deserve some of the blame, but sometimes he gets a little bit too much when he got an inconsistent coach. I think he had 4 or 5 head coaches. You know what I mean? Since
Yeah,
he's been starting
good
quarterback.
profile.
You know what I mean? So that's tough to deal with. A lot of people in and out of the starting lineup. He had his main man, Calvin Johnson, retired. Receiving core is a little worse now. Inconsistent all around. You know what I mean? Defense can't really keep anybody. Can't really get anybody off the field quick. So it's tough. It's tough sometimes. I think he gets a little bit of extra blame when he shouldn't.
Well, I feel that. I really couldn't argue or debate that. But I just figure when you're talking about the top tier quarterbacks, right? That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like you think he is.
I'm not saying top tier now. I say he's probably
he,
rounding out the top 10, maybe 8,
top
9.
10, not top tier.
All right,
We got 30, you know what I'm saying? That's
I
top
get
tier. You know what I'm saying? And I think he is. I started out with thinking that he's top tier, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Top 10. But what makes some of those guys top tier guys is they have seasons where they're depleted as well. Defense is depleted, lost their wide receiver, the tight end's gone, left guard's hurt, but those guys still find ways to take their teams and make those winning seasons, bro, when they shouldn't be. That's what makes them top tier to me. Your man don't do that, man. I've been waiting for him. Again, top 10 talent, top tier talent. But it don't equal wins. With that being said, I'm a Lions fan. I like my man. I'm a Lions fan though, man. I want to
Yeah.
win. So let's, it seems like we rebuilding every year with the great Matt Stafford. We might as well do a real rebuild and get those picks and use them wisely.
Using wisely is going to be the key. That's
Yes,
what's going
sir.
to make or break this trade for me is how we use those draft picks. That's the make or break. You know what I'm saying? If we can turn it into a couple solid players who will stick around for a few years and make an impact and come in and be starters,
Yeah.
all right, then we can work with something. But if we trade them away and don't get anything back, all we did was help Los Angeles get better and help Matthew Stafford move somewhere warm, and that's about all we did.
Right. But I mean, that's where a good GM comes in at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Good GM comes in. Yeah, definitely. I think Detroit has an opportunity to take it to that next level with the, again, the young fella that we're not even talking about the quarterback we just got. Again, they talk about the things that he don't do well, and the coach losing, losing sight, thinking he's going to be their lead guy. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he let him go quick. That dude was just at the Super Bowl, brother. He was just at the Super Bowl, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's young, and he was a #1 pick. So it's like we got a quarterback that we can see what's up with too. We don't got to rush now. You know what I'm saying? Into a quarterback, we don't have to. Now, if we choose to, we can. But we don't have to. This guy, we still got to see what he got. He just came to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
I got you. I feel you. That Lions talk got me depressed, man. What else you got on the agenda today?
Okay, so while we talking football, Eggs, we might as well go ahead and just go right to the Super Bowl, man. We got a couple days before the Super Bowl pop off. I just want to know, man. Tell who you rolling with and why.
Man, you see the pictures in the background with the maize and blue on it.
Okay, no doubt.
Even though Tom Brady been a little questionable about some stuff he's been doing off the field lately, but I can't bet against him. I can't bet against him, especially after we seen that second half he just had against Green Bay. If he can bring that type of energy again this weekend, we might be seeing that man continue on that GOAT quarterback legacy that he's been carrying on so far. So I got to go with Tom.
I feel you. I'm rolling with Brady all day. I'm go blue all day, baby. Go blue and go Fair State Bulldogs. Those my two colleges I'm rolling with all day, every day against anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm Brady all day, man, and I just can't go against him. And for anybody that ever wanted to go against this guy in the big game, once you saw what he did against the Falcons, you should never want to bet against him.
He got so many moments like that too. It's getting to the point where he has too many moments like that to count, where it's back against the wall. It's time to put up or shut up. He's putting up every time. You know what I mean? It's hard to go against that.
I second that. It's hard to go against that, man. So, and he got a complete team to me. He has a good defense. He got 3 good running backs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how you gonna go wrong with those running backs? He got Ronald Jones, he got Leonard Fournette, and he got McCoy, the vet. So it ain't just all on him. You know what I'm saying? And then he got Gronk. OJ Howard, I hear, might be back as well. That'd be crazy if they get both of those. So if he comes back, then they got Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Godwin, Miller.
Those skill positions on offense is loaded. They're loaded. It's just that simple. They're loaded out there.
And that's what you have to be, though, playing KC, because they're loaded. Because they're loaded. So that, to me, that's what's going to be that defense is going to be the show all tell all.
I give you that. Yeah, Kansas City definitely. They got a squad over there. That's a loaded roster as well. They're not here for no reason. It's just when you got 2 stacked teams and one of them got Tom Brady, it's tough to go against that team.
It's tough to go against Brady. I agree with you. Nephew. All right, X, enough of the football, man. I'm a football fan. It's all good. Super Bowl in a couple of days. We're gonna enjoy that. But get to the game I love, man. The game I love, man. Basketball, NBA, college, at the park. It don't matter. Basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, what's up with the Nets, man? Tell me what you think about the Nets.
So I think Brooklyn, I know a lot of people feel like this team is too top heavy, not deep enough, not enough defense. I feel like the way this team is playing and the type of players that they put together with the combination of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, it's a such thing as turning as making your offense be your main source of defense. You know what I mean? If they can put the pressure on teams all night to continue to put the ball in the basket at the same level as they can, it's very tough. It's very tough in each conference to see a team that can get his team problems. You know what I mean? If they get in a close game and it's down the stretch 4 minutes left, they got the guys to make those tough shots back to back to back. And let's say you got 2 great defenders out there, somebody got a mismatch regard. Everybody got a mismatch, to be honest, out there when it's those 3 guys. So I think they are primed to make it to the finals. we can get into who we think will win in that matchup if they make it to the finals. But I think that team is primed to make it to the finals. Even with the lack of defense and size they may have in the interior, I think they have good enough players figured out. What you thinking?
Okay. So who you think is the X factor though? When thinking championship run with them, who's the X factor for the Nets?
So honestly, I would say the X factor is between 1 to 2 players. First things first, I look at James Harden. The way that they seem to be trying to play the game offensively, they are letting Kyrie kind of run the show and dominate the ball the most as far as isolation scoring. Kevin Durant has always been a guy who can get his own without needing the ball as much. You know what I mean? He's never really been a leading shot taker on a team he's been on, and he's still been the best scorer in the league, you know, even with that situation. So I think those two will play a similar way. The X factor would be for me, James Harden. He's going to have to take a step back scoring and a step up everywhere else. You see, he's been a triple-double machine since he got there. His passing is up. He's leading the league in assists.
Leading the league in
His defense has been up. You saw him last night getting clutch stops on Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? His rebound, he been triple-double. He's getting over 10 rebounds as well since he's been there. So I just think that him playing that role, being comfortable there as a defender and in a their most well-rounded offensive player as far as what he brings with his passing and his scoring, that's what makes him the X factor for me.
I got you. I would probably have to say Harden too, because to me, it looks like a comfortable transfer, you know. And you can put him in all 3 positions. You can put him at the 1, the 2, or the 3. So by him being big enough to do that, and for him to be able to rebound and assist at any of those positions, yeah, I agree. Especially if they get tough again. You know, I think this is their 5th game together.
Yeah, it hasn't been long.
Not at all. So with that being said, you kind of got to learn how they're going to play. They got to learn with what they have, and they definitely are deep enough. They got other shooters besides them.
Yeah,
you know. And they still got a big man. You know, you got to go get him some help. But Jordan is balling right now. To me, he's doing what they need him to do. So you know, they're top on the defensive, and I think that's what they need to focus on because offense is going to come. Offense is going to come. And it just looks like to me at this point, they kind of already saying that, they showing that they're just going to let Kyrie score. They're not going to look for him to be the point.
He's doing
to get everybody. You know, that's a different outlook because I thought they would be looking for him to be that point still and then just get everybody in the game and then find it. But nah, they basically got Harden running the point and letting Kyrie shoot 25 times. And again, you know, with that, you turn around and you got Durant getting his in. He was 11 to 13 the other night. They were talking, he only took 13 shots. Dude, if they won and he was 11 to 13, what is it to complain about? And man, they could be a championship team. They could.
So what team in the East do you see really giving them a struggle? You know what I mean? Like how you think it could be? Who you think could give them a struggle in the playoffs?
Philly. You know, I think Philly could, and I still think Philly gonna make some moves before the playoffs start. So come, you know how it always happens, you know, All-Star game, couple games after All-Star game, here go the trades, you know. So I think they're going to try to get a little deeper, and they definitely can go. Of course, everybody want to say Milwaukee Bucks. That's the pretty pick. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to me, I like Holiday there, you know. But to me, I don't know. I'm not sold on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sold on him. I might become a little more sold the more I see Holiday take control a little bit more. But I'm just like, because to me, Giannis will give you 40, but Giannis will still lose. You know what I'm saying? He's shown that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if this is the year he takes that next step to not only win MVP, but again, because to me, he should have won MVP last year. That was all love. He balled, but that was love last year.
I agree.
So, but I think Milwaukee's there as well. Those are the two real ones. I think Boston, now that I'm thinking about it, might pop anybody in the East, man, come that far, because they're going to blend together too. You know what I'm saying? And they might still make a move or two as well.
They could.
So, but those two balling right now, man, those two youngsters at Boston, if you got two cats that can go at you, you don't necessarily need three. But if you got two, and y'all play defense and y'all play together,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
The East is a beast this year.
It is a little more competitive. I don't think though, my take on the East is like personally, I don't think it's really as many true contenders to win a championship as people think. I think Boston is still a little bit away from being a real contender. I think Milwaukee is still not a real contender because they don't have a true closer yet. We saw Giannis get MVP, and nothing against Giannis. You know what I'm saying? He's dominating in the regular season, though. But as soon as teams start packing the paint and playing defense and making him do something other than running and dunking, it's kind of tough for him. And so in the playoffs, I don't see how a player that's only scoring at the rim but not posting up can help you get past a good team. You know what I mean? You saw Miami did last year. They packed the paint. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The game, the blueprint is out there on how to stop him. So until he either can learn how to close and, you know what I'm saying, shoot a mid-range jumper, get a post move, you know what I mean? Or until they can package up some players and bring in a true closer, you know what I'm saying, so that they can run the offense in the last few minutes of the game through somebody who can score on their own in the half court with defense on them. You know what I mean? Unless they was to package up something and get somebody like that, I don't think they're a contender either. Philly could give them a problem just because of the size. You know what I'm saying? They got not only Joel Embiid, his backup's Dwight Howard. You know what I mean? Tobias Harris is not small. Ben Simmons is not small. So they have a lot of size. I don't know if they had the firepower to keep up with a team like Brooklyn for 7 games. You know what I mean? In 7 games, Brooklyn might score 800 points on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't see Philly sustaining that long enough, especially in the playoffs when they can bring more attention to Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? You know, he is having an MVP season right now.
Oh, he is balling. No question. He can't be checked.
Yeah, but that for those reasons, I gotta keep Brooklyn as my favorite in the East because I'm not seeing a team with enough firepower to keep up. You know what I mean? Yeah. They got enough firepower, or you know what I'm saying, just not enough. It's just no team I think that has enough right now.
Okay, I cannot disagree with you. Actually, I agree with you totally. I think they're the best team in the East. If they don't get to the NBA Finals, then it was a travesty of a season. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. They just have too much firepower to not get there. And they got the talent is not young talent. They're seasoned. You know what I'm saying? So and they all can rebound. You know what I'm saying? Well, rebound is defense. You know, so if you're lacking the defense, if you can defensive rebound, then you're gonna help yourself. You're gonna help yourself because you're not giving away 2 possessions. You know, you're not giving away any more than 1 shot. You know, so with that being said, if you're a scoring team, you got to do what you got to do against those guys. Right. You don't stay where you need to be, it's gonna be a wrap. So that's the East. Tell me what you think about the West.
I don't see a team in the West right now that I think will beat the Los Angeles Lakers still. I don't see an answer in that conference for Anthony Davis. I don't see an answer anywhere really for Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if Milwaukee matched up with them in the playoffs, Giannis could have a chance to slow him down a little bit. But I'm not seeing really any team, any player, any matchup that would give Anthony Davis, enough problems to slow him down enough to make it so that another team can beat LA in a 7-game series. And that's not even mentioning LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? That's not even mentioning Montrezl Harrell and Dennis Schroeder and Marc Gasol, who I think will play a big role for them when it comes around to the playoffs. Yeah,
especially playoff time.
His IQ and his space in the floor, his IQ defensively and offensively. I've been watching a lot of Lakers, and I see when they play LeBron and Marc Gasol together, the little nuances that those two are already putting together.
LeBron cuts a lot with him in the game. Because he catches him with back cuts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. So 2 players with that high of an IQ out there together, you know what I'm saying? We saw the impact last year with Rondo playing with LeBron. That was an IQ, crazy IQ level. Marc Gasol is a smart basketball player too. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, I agree.
He'll continue to show it in the playoffs. So I got to go with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay. Who do you think would be their closest match? Who they gonna have to beat to run against the East champion?
So I really like Denver because I really like the combination of not only Jokic and Jamal Murray, but we seen a little bit of an upgrade a lot of an upgrade from Michael Porter Jr. with a lot of freedom opening up on that wing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bart was hurt for a little bit. Jeremy Grant is obviously in Detroit now. What up, though, Jeremy Grant? You know what I'm saying? But because of those reasons, Michael Porter Jr. is getting a lot more freedom. And, I mean, he's been looking pretty good with it. So,
yeah,
don't let him get comfortable through the full season and he becomes a true secondary option as far as a perimeter scorer behind Jamal Murray. And then Jokic, you already know what he can do with his playmaking. That's a tough matchup. I think their depth, even though they lost a few players, their depth helps them to be competitive. I like the Clippers too, but I need to see some more production from somebody besides Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams has been a little slow this year. Nick Batum has played well, but you know he's a role player with a amount of stuff he can do.
You're only gonna get you're only gonna get certain attributes from Batum. You can't be looking for points with him. You know what I'm saying? He's defensive.
Points. Just playing his role and excelling in his role. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like there's a few players that I need to see more from. And you never know that to make a move to adjust that rotation. I'm not really so sold on how Serge has been playing there. I would like to see him a little bit more aggressive because right now the points that they get in the paint, they all probably come from a drive from either Leonard or George, you know what I'm saying, or Lou Will when he does get a chance to get in there and do his thing. But he hasn't even been playing as much minutes lately. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of confused.
Different coach.
True.
Different coach. Because I think if Doc was still there, you wouldn't have to say my man wasn't getting his shots in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Different coach, different philosophies, you know. I just think everything revolves around what kind of defense these guys are going to be playing in order for them to be a team that can advance to the West Finals or the championship, you know. I think every team in the league right now, really, because right now there's a lot of high-scoring games. There's a lot of guys really putting up numbers and, you know.
Like pickup ball out there.
Yeah, they're balling right now. So, at the end of the day, you know, what's going to be left? What's going to be the difference? It's going to be rebounding and defense. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the difference. So I agree with you. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat LA, the Lakers. I think Denver's, like you said, Denver's scary, depending on how they let my man open up, Porter Jr. Yeah. He's actually a star waiting to be seen. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a star. You know, he just got to get the confident coach that's going to put the confidence in him to do your thing, man. Don't trip, but do your thing. Because nobody can check him. He's 6'10". He can shoot the J off the dribble, off the catch. He can post. He can go to the basket.
No, I agree. I honestly think for Denver, the move might be to look into a package, man, for Jamal Murray and seeing what you can bring in. I like them better. I like this team better centered around, and maybe this is a thing for next year, possibly even the year after. I think I like this team better offensively built around Michael Porter Jr. and Joker. I like this team better with more perimeter defense. I like this team better with a more solid and physical backup big man for when Jokic does need those couple minutes. They're going to need that. You can bring in a solid version of all of those different pieces with a package for Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying? I think Monte Morris has been a good enough point guard to step in and play a point guard, you know what I'm saying, and be that third scorer out there in the starting lineup, aside from Joker and one day Michael Porter Jr. But I think they're missing a couple pieces to really make them a championship team. But the way that I think they'll be most able to get those to be packaging up something for Jamal Murray. That's my take on Denver.
Okay, I didn't see that one coming. That's a good outlook because you're gonna be able to get something for Murray. That's so you can get a couple of pieces. Spread that out. They're already a deep team. They already play defense. Morris, the Michigan guy, got to give him respect. Plays ball. He's getting even better. And then they're just like a 9-10 deep team. And they have youth. And their youth is they play well together, offensively and defensively. And really, it's just I think it might be. You might have to look at the coaching culture and see what kind of changes may be able to be made there as well. You know, I think the coach is pretty good, but he might need to change his view about kind of their schemes. You know, or to me, nobody can stop the Joker.
True.
Keep going into them. Play inside out. Shoot threes, play inside out. You know what I'm saying? They to me, it'd be times they go away from him. You know what I'm saying? I just want to wrap up this show, X. It's been a great show. Thanks for coming aboard. And man, see you next time.
Oh yeah, man, most definitely. What up, those sports, man? We coming back soon with another one. We got some more stuff to talk about, man. Y'all come back and join us soon.
My man, what up, though?